does a video on Sunday as well.
YouTube Rewind!
What's up, Robloxians? So today I thought I would add yet another video to the infected, disease-ridden, festering wound that is videos on YouTube Rewind, of which I am the first. No one has ever done this before. And this video is going to be pretty epic. Not only will there be Fortnite dancing, but I'm also going to be explaining why I wasn't in YouTube Rewind 2018.
I wasn't invited.
Although it seems like kind of an oversight, and I was shocked to find out that the only gamer girl on YouTube, was not invited. Now, to nobody's surprise, Susan wet dream of YouTube Red shows, late night hosts, Liza Koshy and Will Smith was not everyone's cup of tea.
And that's the T Sisters.
There are a lot of people saying that this year's YouTube Rewind was trash! But I think if it was anything other than garbage, then it wouldn't truly be reflective of this year on YouTube. So I've come to the conclusion that Rewind was actually perfect.
I love you, Susan. Please put me in YouTube Rewind 2019. I want the back of my head featured and all of my lines cut.
So after seeing millions of comments saying, if I made YouTube Rewind, I would have PewDiePie and T-Series. But what if I told you you could make YouTube Rewind? I've done this before where I put all of your favorite YouTubers in The Sims 4 and essentially make what I like to call the no consent collab. Which actually sounds kind of problematic. So today I'm going to be remaking YouTube Rewind in The Sims 4 and also completely changing it.
Fuck me, daddy better make me show.
So first order of business is to get rid of Will Smith. I feel horrible because he is my favorite YouTuber of all time. But this is my imagination of Rewind, so suck my left toe, Will Smith. So firstly, the setting. I don't really know where he is. It could be the view from David Dobrik's house, or it could be the Minecraft end. I'm gonna go with the back of Jake Paul's house. Perfect. Now this second scene, I don't have a ninja sim in my game currently, so we're gonna have to quickly make one. Which I feel a little bit weird about because he doesn't really play video games with girls, and it just feels a bit weird to put him in a game which females may play. But luckily I'm a male, my dick just fell off. So just wanted to quickly say thank you for collabing with me, Tyler Ninja now Ninja is my second favorite YouTuber, although I hear he has been branching out into streaming, so good for him. But I don't really know anyone else on this bus, so I feel bad throwing them out of it. So I'm just gonna replace the bus with Team 10. YouTube Rewind is all about collabs, so why not make a collab between the Fortnite bus and the Team 10 bus, because that's just what everyone has been asking for. And now you may be thinking to yourself,
where are we jumping, boys?
And if we're making Fortnite references, then it doesn't get more Fortnite than TannerCon. Hundreds of people battling to enter the circle, and at the end of it all, only Tanner was left. I mean, really, she just got the ultimate victory royale. Scene 3. I think YouTube definitely made some choices by making the main scene of YouTube Rewind a forest. It seems like a subtle reference, but I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not really much of a subtle person. I mean, if I was a color, it'd be putrid throw up green. So speaking of green, I'm just gonna green screen Logan Paul's face into this and add a boxing arena, because whilst this section did give a shout out to all women and single mums, because apparently single mums don't come under the category of all women, they forgot to mention the most oppressed category of all time. Straight men, everyone. And to keep with the wholesome theme, I think I'm just gonna have them have a little cuddle on the floor. But I think we can all agree that the real drama of this year did in fact come from Trisha Paytas and Jojo Siwa. Because if you think about it, Trisha is just a grown-up Jojo Siwa on crack. The next segment was about K-pop! The only K I know is for Kardashians. I mean, one of the biggest events of this year was Kylie Jenner dropping her baby like a Beyonce album. I mean, she didn't drop her baby, The scene setting, I guess, was a giant Godzilla version of Casey Neistat, which, if you ask me, is just terrifying and definitely not for kids. Which I don't really think is what YouTube wants to be putting out, so instead I'm going to replace that with something that is definitely for kids. Tide Pods. Next scene. This scene is a wedding, but I think we can all agree that after David and Liza's breakup, romance is officially dead.
Liza and David broke up. Love is not real.
A science experiment. A science experiment. That sounds fun. But how can you do a science experiment without the creator and inventor of science himself? Vsauce. Michael here. Or should I say, Michael not here. This year on YouTube, there's been a lot of the sheer premise of science being questioned, with conspiracy theories like flat earth running rampant. But I think one of the biggest conspiracies of this year has been Johnny. Yes, papa. Why won't his dad let him eat? Could it be because his papa is not his real papa and he knows he can never give him the big head energy he deserves? Well, here's a conspiracy for you. Johnny has a fat head. What does that mean? Big brain. Who has the biggest brain of all? That's right, Vsauce is his dad, but that's just a theory. A game theory. Also at this point, I believe they are playing BTS, but the only BTS I know is Billion Surprise Toys. The conspiracy is just flawless. Now the next scene is a mukbang, but to continue with the conspiracy theme, I think we should just have Shane Dawson in this scene. And there was also something kind of weird and off about this. Koreans seem to think they invented mukbangs when I think we all know that it was Trisha Paytas. Ever heard of reverse cultural appropriation? So she's in too. And I mean, since we're going with the whole Shane Dawson theme, why don't we just have anyone that's ever been in a Shane Dawson video also in here? Thank you. Next scene. Political segment. I think it's hard to deny that one of the biggest political movements of this year, and possibly of all time, is subscribe to PewDiePie. I don't really have any ideas for this scene, so I'm just gonna have him do some epic dance moves that have no correlation to the video whatsoever. But I'm gonna have him do it on top of a giant T. I think this is quite revolutionary because it's almost symbolic of how T-Series is a massive corporation and Felix is just an individual, and even if T-Series does pass him, he'll still be the biggest individual on the platform. That was some fucking James Charles shit. But first, Sim review. Here is Felix as a Sim. 10 out of 10! The next scene. It's everyone's favorite comedian, Lele Pons. Or Cons, because she conned the entire world into thinking she was a comedian. Anyway, my aim for this video was to remove the trash and give you the rewind that you deserve. But in this case, I think Lele does actually add something to the scene. It's definitely not talent or comedy, but it's something. So here's Lele, and here's just a full body look of Lele from every single angle. Now the next scene is the Sister Squad. Ooh. I kind of just want to replace Emma and the twins and make this a sister salute to all the male makeup mewers out there. But not you, Manny. So let's bring in Jeffrey again. Jeffrey! Can I get a Jeffrey blowjob? And I think the space scene, it still makes sense because Jeffrey started off his videos in the studio, then he moved on to a boat, a hot air balloon, a private jet. I mean, the next step is obviously space. And considering his newest alien palette and lack of eyebrows, I think it's actually very plausible that he is a lizard person and he is trying to return to his home planet. Unfortunately, Sims don't have cars yet. So this reference doesn't really make any sense, but maybe I'll have Jeffrey smoke a blunt and James enter the simulation. Next is Baby Shark with all these fucking furries everywhere. I'm just gonna dedicate this scene to furries and pony play because that is the internet, not Will Smith. And finally, ASMR. The little ding-dongs kind of felt nice on my ding-dong, but I think we all know the only person that is allowed to do ASMR is Life with Mac.
Excuse me, sir, you look stupid.
And I think to complement that, maybe we could have the subtle, ambient, relaxing sound of Laura Lee's apology video. I don't know, I just really get the tingles from that for some reason. And that is it. We have made YouTube Rewind. But better. Sorry YouTube, but the creators have truly taken control.
Apparently, we control Rewind this year.
Bet you thought I wouldn't use your own words against you. Anyway, without further ado, it's time for YouTube Rewind.
Yeah.
Year review.
I'm Erica Costello.
Fuck you say to me, you little shit!
Quit horsing around!
Play me some of that jumping music.
6 figures I was only for. 6 figures I was only for. So much money I can't see the floor. I don't even open my own door.
I don't really care about what they say. I'ma come back like a boomerang. I'ma come back like a boomerang.
I don't like your T-Series. Nothing personal, kid. Bitch, lasagna, bitch, lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch, lasagna. Bitch, lasagna, bitch, lasagna.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
We are broken up.
I need to take responsibility for the things that I say.
It takes a lot of bravery to be that vulnerable.
I woke up this morning feeling like a chicken nugget.
Amateur.
I'm colorblind.
Are we going?
Yeah, we're going. Here we go. And we're waiting for you, Kylie. Right there.
She'd always said how much she wants to be a mom.
You don't know the way. Do you know the way? I know the way. Doesn't know the way to know the way. You need to have Ebola.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Welcome back to my channel.
Eating eating sugar.
No, no.
Spelling la 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 la, spelling la 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 la, spelling la 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 la, spelling lies.
No, no.
Fuck you say to me, you little shit!
You don't know the way.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.